All right, I'm going to assume this isn't the first video that you've watched on how to scale your agency to $100,000 a month. Now, I know for a fact that the last video that you watched left you confused on how to scale to $100,000 a month, or you wouldn't be watching this video. And now, truth be told, that was on purpose, because overcomplicating the process to $100,000 a month is the easiest way to sell a course on how to scale to $100,000 a month. Gurus want you to believe that you can't get there on their own, so you pay them to do it with them, which is why I decided to make this video, to show you how simple it is to hit $100,000 a month with tangible, easy to follow steps on how to pick a $100,000 a month niche and offer, get lots of high quality attention, close a high percentage of sales calls, and service clients so they stay and you grow every single month. So in this video specifically, I'm going to cover first proof that I have done this more times than you and it is worth your time to listen. Then I'm going to show you how you pick your niche and offer, and I will bet you $100 that you've done this wrong. I'm going to show you how getting high quality attention is much easier than you think. I'm going to show you the exact sales process and even script that has increased close rates for 100% of our clients. And lastly, I'm going to show you how you can service clients, but like super easy and stress-free. All right, so real quick, proof I've done this more times than you and it's worth your time to listen. Last 3 months of 2024, we did about 370 grand, which is obviously a bit lower than what we did earlier in the year, but we've just been spending our time relentlessly improving our product. We've really stepped back on a lot of marketing. Now we're using tactics like exactly what I'm showing you in this video to go full steam ahead. And we're on path to crush this here in January and February of 2025. Now, in addition to that, I can show you this where we have done this like multiple times. First of all, we've already scaled 3 companies past $100,000 a month. And we have like a whole bunch of like almost infinite case studies of people that have followed our systems to scale to 6 and 7 figures. So that being said, without further ado, let's get into this. First of all, picking your niche and offer. And like I said, I bet you $100 you've done this wrong. Now, if you fail to follow this, you're going to experience a lack of trust on sales calls, low show-up rates, people saying that they've heard this before, and the struggle to charge high prices. Now, this is it. And this is like the biggest like mental shift. If you understand this, growing business gets a lot easier. The quickest, easiest way to $100,000 a month is not by creating the best offer. It's like the biggest myth and common belief that I see in today's world. It's like, oh, I just need a better offer, or I need to focus offer. And listen, I put out a whole bunch of videos on how to create banger offers, right? Now, but the thing is though, what I've forgotten and which I'm sharing with you guys in this video, that's only like half the battle. The quickest, easiest way to $100,000 a month is by capitalizing on the best opportunity. Right now, what is the best opportunity? Well, the best opportunity is 50% how good your offer is and 50% how good your niche is, right? Because you have a really good offer in a bad niche, you're going to make some money because your offer is good, but you're not going to make like a ton of money. Like you're not going to have that like spend $1, make back 20. Now, on the flip hand, if you have a really good untapped niche, but you have a bad offer, you'll still be able to make some money because there's like no competition, but you're not going to like make a whole bunch of money where again, you spend $1, make $20, $30 back on your investment. Like so many of our clients that I'll show right here have been able to do, right? So the best way to create these to find these opportunities that give you these outsized return where you can spend $1 and make back 20, 30 is when you have a really good offer in a really good market or a really good niche, right? Now, it's not about like real estate, med spa, home improvement, or anything like that. It's much deeper than that. And here's exactly how I find the best opportunity to work with, right? So the first thing that I'll do is, what skills do I have and what result can I produce, right? So for example, here at Catalyst Holdings, we do cold email. We leverage an AI cold email system. We leverage an end-to-end automated paid ads and or content acquisition system. And then we also do sales placements and we build sales teams, right? So a version of cold email, a version of content and paid ads, and placing sales, right? So those are the core skills that we have in the company. This is like the thought process that I would go through. This is the thought process that I will go through as I continue to use this exact thing, right? Then it's like, what general industry do I want to work with, right? In our case, it's online B2B services, right? It could be real estate. It could be home improvement, right? It could be any industry, right? That maybe you're currently working in right now. Like maybe you're running a real estate agency or home improvement agency or med spa industry, something like what general industry, right? Now the next thing is the ChatGPT prompt that we're going to use, right? So I'm looking for a specific type of industry, B2B, real estate, medical, whatever that case may be, professional, that fits the following criteria. They struggle badly with, in our case, lead generation and sales, because that's what we do. They have an extremely high demand for lead generation and sales services, because that's what we do. Very few agencies and other service providers targeting and offering them lead generation and sales services, right? Very few competition. Over 200,000 of them exist in the USA, Canada, UK, and Australia combined. And they have a high purchasing power and could easily afford 10 to 50K service fees, right? Now, I've actually done this. I was actually doing this with my team, right? And I put this exactly in, right? Like, I'm looking for a specific type of online B2B professional that fits the following criteria, and then everything there. Then the answers that we got here: custom home builders, private medical practices. Obviously, that one's not the best one. Commercial real estate brokers, custom software development agencies. Okay, so let's look at these right now, right? Custom home builders and general contractors. Okay, if you create an offer for custom home builders and general contractors, right, it is going to rip, because I've met hundreds of different agency owners. I've never met a single agency owner targeting custom home builders and general contractors. And I know for a fact, right, that custom home builders struggle with getting new clients, right? And I know for a fact that if you could get clients for custom home builders using simple Google ads and simple Facebook ads, applying the same marketing principles. And we'll even get into that later in the video of how we're going to, actually use this to get results for our clients, even if it's a niche that we're unfamiliar with, right? Like, I know for a fact you can get results. Like, fundamentally, people that want a custom home built are going to go onto Google, or they're going to see the ad on Facebook, and they're going to find their custom home builder in some way. So that reality exists, right? And if you just spend a little bit of time up front, and the biggest thing here, this is like the biggest shift that so many people of you guys have to go through in order to actually succeed with this. Like, there's not going to be some fucking guru on YouTube telling you exactly what ads to run and showing you the exact templates and scripts and all that kind of stuff. If that exists, it's probably not a good niche to go into. If that exists, you're going to struggle with all the same issues that we talked about earlier, where people are like, oh, I don't trust you. They don't show up to your sales calls. I've heard this before. I don't want to pay you that, right? The reason that they're saying that is because they've seen you 100 times before, because you are like doing what thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of other people are doing, right? But some of our best clients that we worked with are in some of the weirdest niches, right? Like some of the weirdest, like I've never even heard about that. Like, you almost kind of laugh about it, but with like okay marketing, sales, like whatever, they're absolutely ripping because there's no competition. They've created their own market, right? And this is like why it's such a huge lever to pull. Okay. So what I recommend that you do is you use this exact ChatGPT prompt, like literally just copy paste it right into ChatGPT and find a good opportunity. Now, if you want to go build your offer and how to build your offer, I'll link the first link in the description. I just put a video out. It's called Cheap and Low Risk Method to Get Lots of Agency Clients with Ads. Pretty self-explanatory. And at the 4:45 mark, I detail how to build the offer. Okay, I'll link that below. Okay, so now, once you have found the biggest opportunity for you, right, which is a combination of choosing your niche and your offer, or your sub niche, your sub market, right, that meets these criteria, getting high quality attention is easier than you think, right? Now, first thing I'll say, do not fuck with anything other than paid ads, unless you want to wait a really long time and lose lots of money in order to hit $100,000 a month. Like, cold outbound, it works. You can book, like for our cold outbound clients, I'll show some screenshots here, whatever it is. You can book your 20, 30, 40, 50 appointments per month with cold outbound. It's really cost effective, but it is slow, right? So if you're like absolutely broke, like you have no money, then sure, reasonable, viable option, right? But instead, you can just follow this proven method, and I'll link it again, which is the cheap and low risk method to get lots of agency clients with ads. And like, you could spend like $30, $40, $50 a day and get a whole bunch of appointments with with paid ads, right? And the other thing with that is with paid ads is like paid ads is going to be your opportunity vehicle if you're going to start booking like 200, 300, 400 appointments a month, which is what you're going to need to do likely to hit that 100 grand a month. Because you book 400 appointments a month, well, I'll tell you 70% of them are going to be unqualified. So there goes a whole bunch of them, right? Then 60% of them are going to show up, right? It's not like you're actually sitting on 400 sales calls every month. The scale that you guys have to reach to get to where your goals, like so many of you guys are like delusional. You think that like you're on track, but like you're so off track. So many of you guys just need to like 10x it, because you don't realize how many people are going to be unqualified, how many people aren't going to show up, all these things that happen at scale, Okay. Now that you've watched this video, let's get back to this. And you've just seen what buttons you need to press in order to run ads, just like a monkey can. Getting high quality attention is super easy. And like 97% of advertisers wildly overcomplicated. This whole rise of like online copywriting has just been like, it's fucked with so many agency owners because it just like massively you think there's like emotion and like the hook and you know that you're telling the story and like pain, agitate, so like doesn't need to do any of that. You can just make it like really simple. Like you just need to follow this framework when writing ad copy. Attention, like, hey, listen to me. Gain, I will get you something that you want without what you don't want. Here's proof that I can do it. And here's what to do next. That's all you need to do. Now, what do you actually say for the attention, gain without pain, proof, call to action? Well, let's go for the attention. Ask your current clients these questions. Or if you use a transcription software like Fathom or something, you can just run your sales calls through an AI, whatever software. There's a whole bunch of them to skim sales calls, right? What were the stats of your business before working with us? What was the biggest problem you had in your business? What were they currently doing to try and solve it? And what did you want to achieve? Right? Now you're going to say like, hey, I was making 50K a month. The biggest problem was that I didn't have enough appointments. I was currently doing, DoorDash or door knocking or whatever the case may be. And I wanted to achieve, 100K. I wanted to achieve my first $1 million year, for example, right? Then we get attention in our advertising by using 5 to 10 variations of the following hook. Are you your niche with the common stat of the problem, like where they're usually at before they start working with you, struggling with the problem and trying to solve the problem by following this method, one end goal? Right, here's an example. Are you an agency owner between 5 and 25K per month, struggling with client acquisition because your cold outbound isn't helping you get to $50,000 a month? Right? That is how you get attention, because this is your ICP and you're specifically calling out exactly who they are, at what stage they're at, what their problem is, why they have that problem, and what their goal is. They're going to listen to you when you say that. When you're that specific, you can look. So we're able to get this 30. This is just a screenshot from earlier today. I put it in. So far, at the time of this call, we'd booked 13 calls for $31. Sorry, $41 cost per qualified call. 13 of them, right? Pretty good. Then, once you've done that, to get their attention, ask your current clients these questions, or you can use AI to skim these calls. What were the main reason that you decided to work with us? What were the most valuable things about our service? What do we help you avoid? Then we write body copy that simply highlights what your clients said they gained without the pains they avoided. Get your next real estate listing as quickly as next week without cold calling, running Facebook ads, or annoying your friends and family. Then we just share proof, just like Sheila did, who got her first listing in 2 weeks. Then you tell them what to do next. Click the link below to reserve the only spot available in your city and book a call. That is like all you need to do. I told you guys, this is going to be the last video that you ever need to watch on how to hit $100,000 a month. It's a lot simpler than people make it to believe. Literally, we go through, we identify an opportunity. And then we create an offer for that opportunity. You use this ChatGPT prompt to identify the opportunity. Then you get attention by running ads, and you don't have to spend a lot of money on them if you're broke. If you're not broke, you can spend a lot of money and do this a lot faster. But you get their attention by calling out exactly who they are, and to figure out exactly who you are, you just ask them. Then you tell them that you can get what they want without what they don't want. Then you show proof. Then you just tell them what to do next. And that's all you have to do to get attention. Okay. Next thing here, the sales process that increase our close rates for 100% of our clients. Okay. Here's a good quote. All we need to do is we need to increase their pain of where they're currently at. And then we need to increase their desire of where they want to go. Now, we need to remember that people like to change, but they don't like to be changed. So we have to use questions to have them come to their own conclusion. Okay. Now, the simple sales process, and I'll break this down with the script in a second here. We're first going to establish frame. We're going to establish that they cannot push us around on this sales call. Then we're going to understand their situation. We're going to establish the pain that they're in. We're going to establish the value gap. We're going to get commitment to change. We're going to address their concerns. We're going to go through a demo. We're going to hit them with the price. And then we're going to overcome the objections. Getting into this and what this actually looks like in practice. Okay, sales framework, position, right? We want to start by setting authority on the call, right? We talk about who we've done in the past, all that kind of stuff, right? All that kind of stuff, who we work for, how many applicants we get, all that kind of stuff. Then we audit where they're currently at, right? Right. So where are you currently at? Just look at your notes. What are your main problems? Trying to figure out what the problem is. Okay. Then we review. Okay. So just so I understand, these are your current problems, right? Then you ask questions like, how long you wanted me to achieve this for? We established the pain cycle. Okay, we said we got to work to do shit. I got a lot of work in order to be able to do that. We established the value gap. Okay, basically, why do you want this, right? Are you on track to be able to get there? No, I'm not. Okay, so then clearly you need help. Establish commitment. Okay, even if you don't work with us, are you still going to want to, are you still going to make this change? We address the concerns. This is another big one that a lot of you guys don't do, right? This kind of guy's kind of qualified. Let me just sell him, right? But he's going to have red flags, right? And if you just sell him without like a lot of times people will give you weird wishy-washy answers on the sales call to like see if you're actually genuine or if you're just going to try and sell them no matter what. Right. And if you notice that they're not giving clear answers or anything like that, you address that and you're like, hey, I actually don't want to work with you because of these concerns that they have. And you make them clarify it. Right. Then you get into with the actual pitch and whatnot, where you go through the demo and all that kind of stuff. You objection overcome, and there you go. Right. Simplified the sales process. Establish their frame, understand their situation. Why is there, where, make the pain, like ask some questions to make them understand the pain. Ask them questions to make them understand how far they have to go. Get a commitment to change that no matter what, whether they work with you or not, they're going to do it. Address the concerns that you have with them. Show them how you can help them. Give them the price. Overcome objections. Okay. Now we're going to get to the last one here, which is servicing clients, but easy and stress-free. And this is like going to flip service delivery on the head. And this is how you can go into niches like agricultural land brokers. And even if you know nothing about that niche, print and get results. And then really be able to capitalize and scale quickly because you have no competition in that niche. You just have to service clients, but easy and stress-free. Repeat steps 1 to 3 for your client's business and over-communicate and follow the 9 laws of communication. All right, so I realized before I was sending this to my editor that I forgot to share with you guys the most important part of how to service your clients, but easy and stress-free. And it is to communicate and how to properly communicate with them. I actually learned this a little while ago when, after spending a significant amount of time building a really good product to the point where it literally worked every single time. Like every single time we brought in a customer, it worked. However, every once in a while, we would still have people who were upset with us. And it would be like, some people would start working with us and within 7 days, already made back their investment and, be in the positive or, close multiple 5-figure deals in the first couple of weeks with us, right? And they would still be kind of uneasy with us. And I was like, why? Well, it always came down to a communication issue. And since we've been able to fix this, we've been able to eliminate all of those problems. And it is the most important thing, especially when you guys start to hit these 30, 40, 50, 100K months, communication becomes the most important thing. So here are our 9 laws of communication that I recommend that you install to make sure that clients are always happy. Never say what we do, always what we cannot, we never say what we can't do, always what we can do. Update your clients daily so they know that you're at work. If you don't do this, people will think you're just on vacation, right? We act with the greater good and the company's reputation comes first. We turn problems with clients into opportunities to create raving fans. We never allow our clients to do something themselves that we can do for them. We understand that the client is not always right, but they are a client and they need to stay that way. Make them feel special as if they're their only one. Anticipate their needs, follow up with them, be proactive in servicing, and challenge our clients if you do not agree with their business decisions because you are not a yes man. Okay? This is the most important part of your service delivery right here. So what does this actually mean? Well, let's use the agricultural land broker niche, for example. I'm going to repeat steps 1 to 3. The first thing I'm going to do for them is I'm going to identify based on where they are, right? Are they in Oklahoma? Are they in Vancouver? Are they in Canada? Are they in Mexico? Where are they originated? What type of deals do they do, right? Then I'm going to figure out in that market, right? I'm going to ask the same types of questions into ChatGPT in that market on behalf of my new agricultural land broker client. I'm going to find the best opportunity for them. What is the offer that we could make to their ideal customer? And who in their ideal market is looking for agricultural land brokers, but isn't already bombarded by them? There's lots of them. They're all that kind of stuff. We're going to go through the exact same process to find the best opportunity for our client. Then once we've identified what the best opportunity for them, we've created the offer and the niche, right? We've put those together and we've created our opportunity by following the same process we talked about earlier. We're going to get them high quality attention by calling them out with attention, offering them gain without pain, showing them proof, and then making a call to action. right? And we're going to let AI do all the Facebook media buying, and we're just going to target broad because that's all you need to do, right? Then we're going to help our clients close, right? By showing them that when they show up to their appointment, they need to establish frame, understand their situation, establish their pain cycle, their value gap, get a commitment to change, address concerns, show them what they can do, drop the price, and then objection overcome until they work with them. And that's literally all you have to do. And so this has been the simplified version. Like, this is the last video that you'll ever need to watch about scaling to $100,000 a month. And I hope in the time that you spent watching this video, I was able to prove it. And if I did, leave a comment below. Ask me anything about this. I'll personally jump in there, help you guys out. Other than that, I wish you guys all the best with your business, and I'll see you in the next one.